I'm Rachel Belle from KIRO Radio, and I was lucky enough to get to drive this Buick GX from Chevrolet Buick GMC of Puyallup. I had this car for a week, and so I took full advantage. I'm a hiker, and I took it up on 2 big hikes into the mountains, and this car is a dream. Honestly, I'm not a big car person usually. I just drive something I can afford and, something utilitarian. And the Buick GX is the first car that I've truly, honestly loved. There are so many features on this car that just make it so great to drive. When you're up in the mountains, you can take on these dirty country roads, and it's such a smooth ride. And one of my favorite features is when you're driving at night and you're on these windy roads, the car automatically turns the brights on, and then when another car is coming down the road, it turns the brights off. So this car is smarter than me. It might be smarter than you. I live in the city. I live in Seattle, and this car is perfect for the city. I can get into small spots. I can parallel park it, but also a great transition into the mountains. So when I went to pick up the car at Chevy Buick GMC of Puyallup and I learned about all the features, there was one thing that I didn't actually know was possible with the car, and this car can parallel park itself. You just push a couple of buttons and you still have to push the gas and the brake, and she will just slide right into a spot for you, which is a little disappointing because I think my best trait as a driver is my parallel parking. It's like the only thing that I'm good at, and this takes that away from me. But not everybody has that. Not everybody has that talent. So that was what I did this week to impress my friends. This was the Buick party trick, was like, watch this. This car will parallel park itself. And so I basically spent all week parallel parking the Buick. So this car went on 2 big adventures in 1 week. I drove it up to the North Cascades to this hike that was 3 hours each way. So I was so grateful to have a really, really comfortable car. We went up to the North Cascades to go hike and check out the Golden Larches because they're only happening for 2 weeks every year in the autumn. And so I had friends in the car, and all of us are tall. I think I'm the shortest at 5'9", and my friends in the back were so happy with the leg room. When they first got in the car, everyone was like, oh, you have a new car. And then very quickly it became, this car is really nice. What is this again? It's a Buick GX. Oh, how much does this car cost? Where can I get this car? I mean, I felt like I had to answer all of these questions because everybody else was falling in love with the car as well. So the nice thing about driving it up in the mountains was, first of all, it was just such a smooth and comfortable ride. And being in the car for 6 hours in one day, you couldn't hear all the road noise. It was super quiet. I hooked up my music. We listened to music the whole time. I was able to plug in the map. And when you're up in the mountains, you can still get Wi-Fi because the car has its own Wi-Fi hotspot. So even though you don't have reception anymore, you can always, get directions or look up a map and get what you need. Another cool thing about this car is that the seats fold down completely flat, which is a plus if you like sleeping in your car when you go camping, which I happen to do. So that was one of the things at the dealership that I asked about. And we folded the seats down, and you can lie down and put some cozy blankies back there and some cushions and sleep in your Buick GX. So I have recently decided that I like sleeping in the car. It is way more comfortable than sleeping in a tent, and you can keep the light out. And that is one of the things that I love about the Encore GX, is that It folds down totally flat. You could fit 2 tall people in this car and, take it up into the mountains and it becomes your little home. So I've worked with you at Harness Auto Family for about 9 years now. And the reason I love working with you is the same reason that your customers like to buy cars from you. Super friendly service, really down to earth. I feel like all of those stigmas that people have about, how scary it is to go to a dealership and buy a car and I'm not going to get a good deal because I'm not good at bargaining. All of that does not exist at Harness Auto Family because you treat people like family.
Exactly, Rachel. Here at the Harness Auto Family, our job is to customize your experience, make it very friendly, very fun, very efficient. Our job is to cater to what's important to you, your needs and wants and your lifestyle and your driving style. So whatever we can do to help and accomplish that goal, that's what we're here for at the Harness Auto Family.
So whether you're in the city or in the mountains, the Buick GX is the perfect car. I love this car. You're going to love this car. Go take a test drive. That's the only way you're going to find out. For a better buying experience, Chevrolet Buick GMC of Puyallup.